Roto-Rooter, your MVP for plumbing solutions. Download the app today and score big on savings.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
In life, a curveball can be thrown at any moment, and you need a team that knows how to hit it out of the park. The Rothenberg Law Firm has been crushing curveballs, sliders, and fastballs for more than 50 years. We're a team of personal injury lawyers with billions recovered for our clients, because every setback deserves a major comeback. The Rothenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888, or visit injurylawyer.com.
Lawyer for injured ones, injurylawyer.com.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Fun is in the driver's seat at Nielsen Dodge. Get a great deal on the new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram you really want with 0 down payment available, plus the credit help you need. Shop online at nielsendodge.com. Drive into fall event.
This is Giancarlo Stanton of the New York Yankees, and you're listening to the flagship station for Yankees baseball, The Fan, WFAN, and WFAN FM, New York.
Our player of the game tonight will go player of this American League Division Series, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He went 9 for 18 across these 4 games. He drove in 9 runs in these 4 games. Hit 3 balls out of the park. And over his last 26 games against the Yankees, 32 RBIs and an average near 430. Actually, incredible to read that. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., just one reason the Blue Jays came in here, a complete team, and took down the Yankees. Contributions up and down the lineup, but their star certainly showed out. He's our player of the game, presented by Cotters & Co. And a bitter ending, Aaron Judge hits 500 in this postseason. Yankees do come up short. 5-2 Toronto in Game 4. Our next Game Time brought to you by Nielsen Dodge. For the best selection of Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, visit nielsendodge.com and save today. The Nielsen Way. Next game, March 25th in San Francisco. Opening day, 2026. Spring training before that. Hope you'll join us on WFAN Yankees Radio. Until then, a tremendous job by our crew all year, led by our producer, engineer in the booth, Matt Shortis, associate producer, Rick Roush, Connor Green, Paul Rosenberg, the entire cast of characters back at WFAN 345 Hudson. And for Susan Waldman and Dave Sims, honored to work with them all year. Emmanuel Berbari saying so long from Yankee Stadium. Once again, the final game of 2025. Game 4 of the ALDS. The Blue Jays 5, the Yankees 2, Toronto on to the championship series. WFAN, Yankees Radio. Have a good one.
This has been the Yankees Postgame Show, powered by Verizon. For a limited time, get their best price ever. Drop into your local Verizon store today to learn more. Also brought to you by Peerless Boilers. Visit peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. London menswear brand Charles Tyrrett. They make it easy for men to dress well. Corona, the official cerveza of Major League Baseball. The Mazda CX-50 Hybrid. My Computer Career. Training for a better life. Veg ER for pets. Official emergency veterinarian group of Yankees Radio. And by Care Right Centers. We start where others stop. This is WFAN Yankees Radio.
Viant, innovating digital advertising. Didn't think you could advertise on the largest sport platforms? Think again. Viant helps brands show up where it counts, on live sports, where audiences are the most engaged. It's simple, smart, and built for results you can actually measure. No wasted time, no wasted spend. Viant. Visit ViantCTV.com and get your message in front of the right audience today.
Now would be a great time to clean out your garage and donate that old car to Cars for Kids. See how easy it is. Call today, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS, or online at carsforkids.com.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Total Orthopedics is Long Island's premier immediate orthopedic practice. Whether it's a sports-related injury or something far more complex, Total Ortho has locations throughout Long Island with diagnostic equipment on site. Now, Total Ortho Express offers 4 convenient walk-in service with no appointment necessary. From the field or sports court straight to a top-rated walk-in orthopedic doctor. Visit TotalOrthoExpress.com. That's TotalOrthoExpress.com, because time doesn't heal wounds, they do.
Hey, it's Al Licata. Get your game on at Wing Creek Bethlehem. Play the hottest slots and table games, or go big in the poker room. Feel the thrill of live dealer stadium gaming. Try axe throwing or virtual golf. Dine at their classic steakhouse, chop house, or enjoy contemporary urban cuisine at Urban Table. Cap it off with cocktails and a stay at Wing Creek's AAA 4-Diamond Hotel. Play online anytime in the Wing Creek Casino-verse. Learn more at wingcreekbethlehem.com. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Are you fans? It's football season, so make sure you catch all of the Scarlet Knights gridiron action this season on WFAN. Scarlet Knights football is presented by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare provider of Rutgers Athletics. Let's be healthy together.
Want fast, reliable home internet? Switch to Verizon Fios, where you get the 100% fiber optic network with speeds up to 2 gig. And if you're looking for live TV with up to 400 plus channels and live sports, Fios TV is where it's at. Get the internet speed you want and the TV you love when you bundle Fios home internet and TV with Verizon. Plus, get the latest deals when you call 1-883-VERIZON and switch to Verizon Fios today. Availability varies.
The Fox Nation Patriot Awards returns for a new year.
Are you ready to get the show started?
Join host Sean Hannity and special guests and be part of the celebration live in New York. Tickets are available now. Go to foxnation.com/Patriot Awards.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com. Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling, sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy place with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Tune in to the BT and Sal Show weekdays from 10 to 2 on The Fan. Presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac is the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Stations.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good morning at 12 o'clock. I'm Marco Belletti. This report is brought to you by Dr. Jay Shaw at Samuel Institute for Pain Management. Visit SamuelPain.com. Another bitter end to a Yankee season, falling to the Blue Jays 5-2 as 8 arms in the Toronto bullpen combined to shut the Bombers down, allowing just 6 base hits.
Look, anytime you're in a bullpen game, obviously it doesn't always work, but it can be really effective because, you usually build the lineup to go face another starting pitcher.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. got its starter. Ribby single in the first to get 529 for the series with 3 homers and 9 RBIs. Nathan Lucas broke it open, a 2-run single off Devin Williams in the 7th. Cam Schlittler allowing 4 runs, just 2 of them earned, though, over 6 1/3. But a huge Jazz Chisholm error opened the door for that 2-run inning.
Ball hit sharply, but, one he's going to turn all the time.
Aaron Judge kept a brilliant postseason with 2 more hits, leaving at 500 for the playoffs, a homer and 7 RBIs. But it's the Blue Jays that take the series in 4.
It's tough to describe. We didn't do our job, didn't finish the goal. Had a special group in here of a lot of special players that made this year fun, but we didn't get the ultimate prize, so we came up short.
Again this year as the Blue Jays head to the ALCS for the first time since 2016. 1 out away if the Phillies forcing a Game 4 and avoiding getting swept. Kyle Schwarber's gone deep twice. He's driven in 3, and it's now gone final. Phillies beat the Dodgers 8-2. Cubs avoid the sweep up at the Brewers 4-3, and the Tigers race the Mariners 9-3. They force a Game 5. 58 degrees, clear skies, Central Park. That's what's happening. I'm Marco Belletti.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan. It's KM to AM on WFAN.
Sports Radio 101.9 FM. The Fan. WFAN.
It's time to sing that sad song again. The Yankees lose the 2025 season end. Keith McPherson on the Fan for 2 hours with no flowers. I got some bars, though. Look at me. I'm rhyming already. I got no flowers to throw at the New York Yankees. I will tip my cap to the Toronto Blue Jays, who we thought were frauds, who we thought didn't belong on the same field as us, didn't deserve to win the division, who we thought, I won't say we, because not all of us, thought we could come back and take the series from them, winning 3 in a row. I told you on Sunday night when I did the little video from home and then I came on and did the show, I didn't think any of the teams in baseball still alive could beat the Toronto Blue Jays 3 games in a row, but here we go. I didn't want to sell you a dream. But New York, big city of dreams. Everything in New York ain't always what it seems. We just need a little bit of hope, and we become big dreamers. The dream was realized for Aaron Judge to have a good postseason, for Aaron Judge to have his postseason moment, for Aaron Judge to win a game for the Yankees in the postseason. So we can put that narrative to rest that, Judge can't get it done in October. We can put that narrative to rest that, the moment is too big for him. He responded when the team needed him, but Judge had a monster postseason. He even added on after, late in this game. And what I felt like was, damn, we really looked at this lineup and even the pitching that we had and felt as if there was enough around Judge to carry him. But a lot of guys came up small. You can pick names out of a hat who came up small, who didn't get it done, who wasn't there with the right at bat, with the right approach, defensively. Tonight, people are going to call and they're going to take aim at some of the same characters that got whipped all year. There were plenty of whipping boys to go around in 2025. Devin Williams. Well, I'm not mad at Devin Williams, but as I was in there tonight, I'm like, damn, the script was so obvious. And this is the script that I had feared for so long this season. Devin Williams in the postseason giving up runs. And I'm not mad at Devin Williams. It's not his fault. I'm not throwing him under the bus, but I'm starting with him. This is the year that the Yankees were allowed to wear beards. And so much of that was put on Devin Williams. And from opening day on, I'm like, wow, this is our new closer. We need this guy. And he struggled. And you know what? He came around and he was dominant in his setup role. But I just knew that there was a postseason moment. I said it on this station. I'm like, I fear that no matter what happens, it's inevitable that he's going to give up runs in the postseason. And then that happened tonight, and the Yankees weren't able to recover. Anthony Volpe, one of us. I believe in him. I root for him. But boy, after the Red Sox series and the wild card where he starred, we even started calling him October Anthony. He reverted back to the whipping boy that you all booed and called for to be sat. And even tonight, we're asking for him to be pinch hit for, and the Yankees didn't do it until late, until they were trying to spare him from being booed. And I don't know what to tell you guys, man. I don't know what to say at this point, whether it's Austin Wells, who was another one, you know, he caught every single game of this postseason, and he had his moments early, but, like, they need another catcher, man, and not Ben Rice. They need a right-handed catcher that can platoon with him and hit. He's still a young guy, and he came up small. You know, I left when he swung at that first pitch, bases loaded. I've been screaming this whole season, and we all do as baseball fans. If the guy in front of you works a walk, take a pitch, have an at-bat. It almost seemed like, you know, he was ready to get the show on the road. I'm out. Move this thing along. And I know that's not the case. He saw a pitch he could hit. He thought he could hit it out. But it was too little, too late. I felt like the Yankees were cramming. This entire last 2 months, this stretch down to the end of the season here. Did you enjoy the ride? I enjoyed parts of it. I stepped off of it. And I got back on for October because, you know what, I'm a Yankee fan. Today, tomorrow, forever. I want to win the World Series more than anything. More than anything in watching sports, being a sports talk radio host, being a fan that goes to 50 games a year. Also a fan that watches as many NFL games as I can. NBA, NHL. Like, I want to win the World Series. I want to experience that. And you know what I've experienced? And I just heard it, and it's pain. I experienced the Houston Astros sweeping us in 2022 in our building, celebrating on our field. Altuve, Bregman, those cats. I experienced last year, World Series, Game 5. The Dodgers running out on the field, start spreading the news. Well, at least they changed that this year. I don't know what song they played as Vladdy Jr. in Toronto stormed the field to celebrate eliminating the New York Yankees and moving on to the 2025 ALCS. But it's sad. It hurts. Doesn't feel good at all. But then you just immediately start thinking about, how did we get here? How did we come up short? A guy like Jazz tonight, I feel for Jazz, but I don't. Because on one hand, Jazz is someone that I was encouraging to say less. Jazz, please stop talking about putting a ring on your finger. Please stop talking about we're stepping on next. We're the best team in the division. We're going to go win the division. And didn't do that. We're the best team in the American League. We're about to go to the World Series. We're going to bring the... Just stop. You've been here for 2 seasons. Really 1.5. You haven't put in this pain with this team and this fan base. And I know there's some fans of other teams that are probably like, pain. And I myself this week talked about the Toronto Blue Jays, the Detroit Tigers, the Seattle Mariners, and go look up their postseason history and their pain. And go look up how long it's been for them. Never. But it's different here in Yankee land. When you have a $300+ million payroll, when you have 47,000 people, 48,000 people coming to these games, when you have the most podcasters and content creators and influencers and radio hosts and all of these people, all of this news coverage around the team that is built on getting to the World Series and winning, when you come up short, there's a ton of people ready to drink Yankee tears. Come on down. 888-808-1019. I'm here till 2. But then there's also a lot of Yankee fans, and it's split. The glass half full Yankee fans, the optimist Yankee fans, I love y'all. We need more of y'all. Because in that building, the last 2 nights, I could feel all of the negative Nancys, the Debbie Downers, the pessimists. I could feel the toxic negativity that surrounds this franchise. Fans that want to see them win feel like they don't do enough. And when you look at this lineup tonight, when you look at the performance they put forward tonight in a bullpen game, an elimination game in Yankee Stadium, it's pathetic. It's pitiful. It's unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. So this is not a night where we talk about, well, you know, it's not a complete failure and, you know, we got. This is a team that went to the World Series last year and lost. This is a team that was supposed to go on a redemption run. This was plan B. This was a team that had to pivot and focus on defense and pitching. And, you know, we had some defense. We also had some miscues, but we had the pitching. And who would have thought, right? Who would have thought young Cam Schlittler would be our best starting pitcher in this postseason? Nobody. Maybe him. Maybe only him. In the beginning of the season, in the preseason, in the spring training days, Garrett Cole goes down. And we see some of Cam Schlittler. He's the opening day starter for the Somerset Patriots. And that guy tonight gave us another solid, gutty, clutch performance. But these veterans, these bats could not pick him up. Where was playoff G? Where was Stanton, who gave a rah-rah speech to rally the troops the last 2 months of the season? Postseason proven. Where were the homers? He did a little bit, but not enough for a guy that has been through the wars, been through the battles, who understands what it takes to get it done and calls on others to step up. You know, I look at this team and I look at two guys who were, you know, the bats that were unexpected, right? Because Stanton, he went down in spring training. He couldn't swing. He came in not prepared, and he missed 70 games, and we said, we need a bat, we need a bat, we need a bat. And you guys wanted Nolan Arenado. And out of nowhere came Trent Grisham, who was a fourth outfielder that during spring training had a hamstring injury. And if you recall, it was Dominguez in left, Belly in center, Judge in right, and we thought that's what the outfield was going to be. Dominguez had his adventures out there going after fly balls and whatnot. And that didn't materialize, but it worked out because Trent Grisham, in a walk year, in a prove-it year, played way above anybody's expectations, 34 home runs, and he was clutch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grish. I enjoyed watching Trent Grisham play for the New York Yankees in the regular season, but he will be remembered for how meekly he went out, leading off for your New York Yankees in October. I'm sorry. That's how it goes. Nobody's going to care about clutch go-ahead homers in the regular season against bum teams that the Yankees were supposed to beat. They're going to remember that you got the most at-bats. Didn't hit one homer. Might have had one double, one extra base hit. A lot of weak outs. A lot of weak outs. Reverted back to the guy that was, you know, at the plate last year against the Dodgers in June, and fans were chanting, "We want Soto." You know, I look at where we are with the Yankees, and I told you the Toronto Blue Jays didn't fear the Yankees at all. And I look at the style of play with the Toronto Blue Jays. They got some hitters, man. They got some hitters. Give them some credit. And again, we want to pitch to Vladdy Jr., who drove in a run every game of this 4-game set. Give them credit. They blew it last night. They were up 6-1. They should have swept us. But some cosmic energy, the ghost, the power of Aaron Judge, and the rest of those guys came through. But they bounced right back tonight, and they just put the ball in play. They had a leadoff runner on every inning, it seemed. I know they definitely had 3 innings in a row against young Cam Schlittler. They ended up having 12 hits. Just putting the ball in play. Not striking out a ton. Passing the baton. Believing in each other. That's a team over there. And they don't even have their full complement of guys. 888-808-1019. We came in very confident, beating a Boston Red Sox team that was hurt as well. And the Yankees, for the most part, were completely healthy. So what does that say about the roster construction, about the type of guys that we went to war with here? What does that say about the manager? I know a lot of you are going to call and say, get rid of this manager. I was just listening to 10-10 wins in the bathroom, and they interviewed fans outside Yankee Stadium, and the first fan said, we got to get a different manager. Well, we're not. Oh, I think this team would perform better with a better manager. Who? Aaron Boone signed his extension. He'll be here for the next 2 years. And Cole is coming back, and I'm interested to see what they do. I don't really care to go over, the ins and outs of how they lost this game today because I told you, winning 3 in a row was unrealistic, man. I'm glad they didn't get swept and they protected home field and we got our 2 home games, but, this is baseball. As soon as they got shellacked and went down 2-0 in Toronto, the odds were never in their favor. It's like a 20-25% chance that they would come back and win. But a lot of people sold you the dream, and that's part of the ride and the roller coaster. You got to dream, and you got to believe that they can come back. And nah, man. A bullpen game in Yankee Stadium. They go out there and mix and match. Tip your cap to John Schneider. Tip your cap to Buck Martinez and Vladdy. They talk the talk and walk the walk. Never feared the Yankees all year. Dominated the Yankees in their building all year. Won the division, even as they did fail. With Max Scherzer giving up 100 runs the last month of the season. With them getting swept by the Royals. With George Springer crying, if you want to give it to the Yankees, just tell us. They don't want to give anything to the Yankees, George. The Yankees have to get their identity back, their swagger back, and not of the dynasty. Not of the Yankees of old. I'm talking about the modern day right now. They got a lot of good players on the team. But there's cracks in the armor. And there's little things that need to be tweaked. I felt like Belly was hurt. Belly didn't have the postseason that I thought he was going to have as a guy who's a former MVP, played in a World Series, won a World Series. Jazz will be back. McMahon will be back. Shout out to Ryan McMahon. For a guy that wasn't really counted on or expected and was pinch hit for, Ryan McMahon hit the only homer to score that run that tied the game and had us in it tonight. And he made some great defensive plays. He showed me he's got some moxie when the lights are bright. I'm cool with Ryan McMahon. Get in the cage. Work on that swing. Be ready to go next year. And, this bullpen too. The bullpen did what they could to hold, but, you can't expect these guys to hold when, they're going to Luke Weaver, right? Luke Weaver's gone, and you'll remember that in this run here. Both rounds, they wanted to go to Luke Weaver and try and build him back up, and come on, let's see if he's still got it. When he's out, he's gone. They didn't go to him last night. They didn't go to him tonight. So, Devin Williams probably going to sign somewhere else. I think Tim Hill is done after this year. Mark Leiter Jr., Bednar will be back. Doval will be back. Like to see Fernando Cruz be back. I'm not sure his contract either, but, when you get to this point of the season, you start to reflect on the season that was and where guys are going now and what do we do next to get better? What do we do to climb the mountain again? 888-808-1019 for the people that want to troll and want to drink Yankee tears. Come on in. I don't mind it. Is part of it. You've been holding off. After Garrett Crochet beat the Yankees, people were loading up. They had to wait. And I'm not down in the dumps where, I won't take those calls or be able to handle it because, like I said, August 8th, I got off the ride because I'm like, damn, these guys love to throw Devin Williams out there. They're going to die on Devin Williams because they die hard on their trades, their contracts, and their roster decisions. They're going to blow 3 games in the middle or in the first week of August when we're in the middle of a race for the division. And that stuff matters. That's the one thing I hope the Yankees hear and decide to change. Have a sense of urgency from opening day on. The math doesn't math the same way for us fans. We are looking at every single game like you got to win it because in this new playoff format, in this new postseason bracket, you want to skip that first wild card round, even though it is 3 games and you got to host it for the first time in your building. You want to skip that Because maybe this goes differently where it was so tight with the Blue Jays where we had the same record. They edged us out for the division with the tiebreaker. They were better than us all year. But if we won one of those games that you blew with Devin Williams, that we weren't as competitive with DJ LeMahieu at second base, or Anthony Volpe committing errors, 19 of them, skipping the ball on the ground, whatever, like tighten up the screws on this thing in the regular season. We don't have to pitch Carlos Carrasco and Marcus Stroman. At least we don't got to worry about that. We don't have to go spend on pitching. We've got plenty of arms next year. Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Cam Schlittler, Luis Gil, Will Warren, Clark Schmidt at some point late in the, you know what I'm saying? And cross your fingers that they stay healthy. But man, what I would like to see is an approach from the Yankees that, no, we can't punt these games. We can't just try to cut corners, because you know what? When you take shortcuts, long runs get cut short. And I feel like even in this series, the little things that the Yankees tried to do, and even in this postseason, they tried to cover up, they get shown. I was surprised to see Judge throw the ball hard today. But that was in the scouting report. Hey, Judge is hurt. Run on him. Volpe, they just go right at him. Some of his at-bats were rough to watch. Striking out. Jazz, another one. Swinging for the fences. It's home run or nothing. And it was a great home run 2 nights ago to take the lead, but we don't always need that. Ben Rice, another one, right? I didn't mention Ben Rice. Ben Rice had a great year, but this is his first postseason. What you going to do with Ben Rice? Is he going to be your first baseman? He's got to work. He's got to work on fielding. So, they've got their work cut out for him in this offseason, but I'm intrigued to see what they do, how they pivot, who they go after, where they spend. And if this is the last 2 years coming up of Aaron Boone, I hope there is a sense of urgency to go win the division now. Go win the division. You win the division, you win a round. Go win the division, and you have home field advantage, where in this case, if you had the tiebreaker, right, if you won some of those games or you won enough games instead of blowing games against Miami or the Cincinnati Reds or whomever, you would have had home field, and you could have set your pitching up differently, where game 1 is in the Bronx, you're pitching Max Fried, instead of game 1 is in Toronto, you're pitching Luis Gil. So, I don't know, man. That's just all off the top of my head. Let's get to you guys. I'm not going to say too much. That's my open. I'm not sad. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. It sucks for any baseball season to end. I'm getting old. I don't have any more seasons to waste. You know what I'm saying? We're in a window here. I'm happy for Judge. Let this be something for Judge that for the rest of his career, he's Judge in the postseason. This was his best postseason ever. It wasn't long, but we see you, Judgy. That narrative is dead. Now we do have something to defend you with. You do have a signature game hit moment. And let's hope Cole comes back with a vengeance. Max Fried in year 2 is better. Carlos Rodon is better. Cam Schlittler continues to become the young ace that we see, and they tighten the screws up on this thing. They got to figure some stuff out at shortstop with Volpe. I would like another catcher, a right-handed catcher that could platoon and maybe hit. I know it's a lot to ask. Third base is straight. The outfield, we'll see with Belly. Belly wants to be here. Scott Boras, if he wants to be here, you got to work with Cashman on it. But I know people are going to offer Belly, and yeah, we'll see. I don't expect Devin Williams to return. Luke Weaver's definitely gone. And yeah, this team is in a window here because Stanton will be 36 next year. Judge will be 34 next year. I think Cole is 36. This is it for this group of future Hall of Famers. This is it for this group that has been here these last few years trying to get back to the World Series. Well, we got to one. We ended that drought. But I'm talking about get to the World Series and win it so we can have this parade already. New York needs it. We need it. Shout out to all the Yankee fans, man. I love y'all. I get love from Yankee fans for no reason besides talking on this radio station, posting stuff on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I'm just like y'all, man. I'm going there. I'm rooting for the team. I'm yelling and screaming. I'm trying to win. I'm blessed to be in the position I'm in, and I thank you guys because I wouldn't be anything without y'all rocking with me. I was in that stadium quietly for many years, and it's cool now to go there and take pictures with people, and people, see me running out like, yo, you going to the fan? I'll be listening later. So, yeah, shout out to the Yankee fans, the diehard Yankee fans, all the people in Yankee Stadium that go there rooting for the Yankees consistently. That building lit up. That building rocked against the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, division rivals. But you tip your cap to Toronto. They have assembled a team that own the New York Yankees this year. They're moving on, and we're not. And the offseason begins. 888-808-1019. I think we should break here. I think we should go ahead and break here. And, yeah, shout out to all the people that helped me do my thing. Everybody here at WFAN, Mark Zuckerman, Aiden, you guys send in tickets when you have them. Kevin Dart with the Yankees, my guy Chris at the Hard Rock, all the good people that work in the Hard Rock that show me love. Yankee Stadium security, appreciate all of you guys over there. Everybody at Billy's, stands, the dugout, man, that's the biggest thing for me too. Another year getting older, I'm aging out. And it's another year of not being able to just go to the stadium as much. And I just know that's coming for me, right? Selfishly, I know I won't be able to make as many trips up there and see the bleacher creatures. Shout out to all of y'all. See the Terror Squad. Shout out to all of y'all. Some of the season ticket holders, people that I always see there. Bartenders, bouncers, people at the stadium that I really only see y'all in the Bronx on 161st and River. That's it. Stadium's closed until opening day. So we hope that the Yankees can improve and get better, and then we get on the ride and we get on the roller coaster again, hoping that it ends in a championship in 2026, and we can have this long-awaited parade and be victorious and just exhale and live in a 4K fall classic, Yankees adding championship 28. 888-808-1019. Let's take this break. When we come back, I'll take all of your calls, however you feel. If you need to vent, if you want to bring up something from the game, if you want to bring up something from the season, if you want to bring up something from this upcoming off season, lay it on me. I'm on till 2 a.m. This is Keith McPherson on The Fan, streaming live on the free Odyssey app and on YouTube. I see y'all in the chat. The chat is cooking tonight, of course. Like I said, they're out with those cups. Please let me have some more Yankee tears. I'm here to troll the Yankee fans. I don't know why you guys think Cancun is the place that everybody goes. Have you guys not been to Cancun? I've been to Cancun a handful of times. The Yankee players, I hope, are going somewhere better than Cancun. I know it's Cancun on 3. See you in Cancun. I don't want to go to Cancun anymore. Unless it's like the nicest all-inclusive resort they got, or like some type of different kind of I don't want to go to Cancun. I don't want to go to Cancun. I'm not going to Cancun, so don't tell me you saved me a seat in Cancun or any of that. I'm going to be right here. And now I'll start my shows at 7 p.m. and not 11, 12 o'clock, and I'll be done at midnight and not 2 a.m. And you know what? The sports don't stop. We're about to start hooping. They're about to drop that puck. And you know what? I'll see you at MetLife Stadium literally today, Thursday Night Football, Eagles versus Giants. I'm going to the Savvy Seeds tailgate, and then I'll be in the suite for the game doing some influencer stuff. So it does not stop. The Yankee season ends, but we march on. Keith McPherson on The Fan. Call me up. Can't wait to talk to you. We will be right back.
It's the Scarlet Knights taking on Washington State. 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
Touchdown, Rutgers!
The home of Rutgers Big Ten football is WFAN. Brought to you by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare provider of Rutgers Athletics. Let's be healthy together. And The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and Odyssey app.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Everyone knows when Sunday comes around for kickoff and tailgates, you gotta come ready. And who's the MVP of my game day spread? Mike's Amazing Mustard. This stuff just isn't a condiment, it's the first round pick. Put it on your hot dog, your sausage, or your favorite hero, and it's an instant touchdown. It's bold, it's got that perfect bit of spice, and it always delivers in the clutch. So this season, when it's 4th and goal at the grill, don't pass the ketchup, pass the mustard. Mike's Amazing Mustard. Find it this season at ShopRite.
Injured? Don't be a whiner. Call me, Attorney Mark Miner. I'm Mark Miner, and I have over 30 years of experience handling personal injury cases. If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. You can trust that the personal injury law firm of Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner will treat you with respect and fight for your rights. Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE for a free consultation. Our goal is to transform your pain into payment. If there is no recovery, there is no fee. We handle all type of accident cases and value the opportunity to help you. The sooner you call, the better. If you are injured, call 1-800-LAW-LINE so we can discuss how to transform your pain into payment. Don't be a whiner. Call Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner at 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner, personal injury attorneys.
Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. That's 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Imagine a gentleman's club with over 200 gorgeous exotic dancers every week.
Hey, big boy.
From the people who make fantasies come true, Gallagher's 2000 in Long Island City is the place to be. Gallagher's 2000, a gentleman's club for today, gentlemen. Gallagher's 2000 features 2 floors, 3 stages, discounted drinks, VIP, champagne rooms, and dinner specials every night. Gallagher's 2000 offers complimentary lunch Thursdays and Fridays with any drink purchase.
Come on down, big boy.
Gallagher's 2000 is New York's largest upscale gentleman's club, and Gallagher's 2000's bachelor parties will blow you away. For their bachelor party specials, call 718-361-1348. Gallagher's 2000 is located at 4319 37th Street in Long Island City, Queens, just a half a block north of Queens Boulevard. Call 718-361-1348. Gallagher's 2000 is unlike any club in New York. Come tonight for the time of your life. Gallagher's 2000.
Let your imagination run wild.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Viant, data-driven advertising made simple. The key to reaching new customers is not overspending on search or social. It's streaming TV, where you can make the right impression with the right audiences. No stress, no guesswork, just smarter advertising that drives new business growth. Viant. Visit ViantCTV.com to learn how easy data-driven advertising can be.
With over 90 years of combined legal experience representing the law enforcement community, Decolator Cohen & DePrisco, LLP, continues to strive to educate police officers of their civil rights to sue in line-of-duty accident cases. The 2025 Police Officers' Right to Sue newsletter can be viewed on policeofficersrighttosue.com and provides successful results in varying line-of-duty accident cases. These results include damages recovered from RMP accidents involving the City of New York and civilian motorists, station house defects, ricochet injuries from the range, private premises slip and falls, sidewalk slip and falls, construction defects, snow and ice cases, and injuries emanating from defective RMPs. In any LOD accident, it is important for the officer to take photographs of any defects, injuries, or damage. It is also essential to draft the line-of-duty report and detail the cause of the accident in the paperwork. Remember, there's a 90-day time limitation to file a claim against a municipality. If any law enforcement member has a question regarding a potential lawsuit, contact Decolator Cohen & DePrisco, LLP at policeofficersrighttosue.com or call 1-800-901-1529.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to see you never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metric True Score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Real sports talk for real fans with real opinions. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
To the phone. Keith McPherson on the Fan. I have said my piece. I got off the ride August 8th. I got back on the ride for the postseason. It was short-lived. It ended on October 8th. Would you look at that? 2 months apart. August 8th, I was like, I'm good on this team, this season. This is malpractice. They broke me. 2 months later, there's no ride to ride anymore. 2025 is over. Let's go to Enrique in Freehold on the Fan first.
Hey, what's up, Keith?
Did I say your name right, or is it Enrique?
Enrique, yeah.
Enrique.
Yeah, I actually was in the bleachers tonight. I saw you. I was a couple rows up.
You saw me?
Jack was fire. Yeah.
Nah, that must have been a doppelganger.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about. I'm just so done with Austin Wells, man. I mean, I was talking to a creature, and he was literally saying in the bottom of the seventh that at bat where Goldschmidt worked a great walk, great walk, was taking a strike. Just worked the count, got on base. Austin Wells, I don't know what he's doing in the batter circle watching this at bat go down. Because then he comes up and swings at a first pitch curveball all the way in the dirt. It's just gross, man. It's like this guy has no idea what he's doing at the plate. And then he comes up in the bottom of the eighth inning with the bases loaded.
Yep.
Hoffman struggling to find the zone. Just lazy fly out. It's like this guy got no
That's
approach.
your guy. That's your primary catcher. That's your prospect. That's a kid they drafted out of Arizona, and him and Volpe are best friends, and this is who they rely on.
Yeah, Volpe another one. I mean, it's year 3 of both of these guys. It's like or year 2 with Wells, year 3 of Volpe. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. There's question marks on both of them if they are going to turn into guys that can consistently get it done. Thanks for the call. It was me in the bleachers, Enrique. I'm joking with you. That jacket is 101. How many accessories is Keith McPherson going to wear? Just the jacket with the pins and the World Series patches. Waiting to add a 28 one. Waiting to add a 2000 and whatever year the Yankees win the next one, but. Yeah, Volpe and Wells were automatic outs. They showed up in the Red Sox series. This series, duds. Complete duds. In the bottom of the order. And you know what? It was crazy because it was like there was no thought of moving them or it's just like they're willing to die on that. That's why I said they die hard. Volpe, 3 Ks today. And in this series, they had him. There were some of his at bats. The swings were non-competitive. It's like he was either over the ball or choppy. And yeah, with Wells, what is he looking at to end the game, bro? You're coming up and there's nowhere to hide in the lineup. There's nowhere to hide in the lineup, but it got to be better, especially facing elimination, season on the line. Goldschmidt works a walk, bottom of the 7th after they make the pitching change. Wells flies out. And then, in the 8th again, Austin Wells to end the inning. And that's when I was like, all right, I got to go to work. First pitch, up and in, splitter. What did you think you were going to do with that? What did you think you were going to do with that pitch? Hit a grandy? Hit a grand slam? Nope, just an out. Jeff is in Syracuse, New York on the Fan with us. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, Keith, how are you? I know, same as I am.
Yeah.
Disappointed,
yeah,
but,
not great, but
got off the ride.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. August 1st was my day when they blew the game in Miami, and it's like you go through all the games they blew that could have given them home field. But that's my point. First of all, I want to compliment you on you're one of the realest guys on the station. You've either got guys who are just trolling or guys that are shills. You call it like it is, which I love. I love that, and it's you know it's good to hear. Like, you don't have to, just because you wear the pinstripes or root for them doesn't mean they're always right. So, but the thing I'm going to go back on in like a 10,000-foot view, Boone is 13-12 in the playoffs in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
So getting home field, would it matter? If 3 years in a row, you already talked about it, or 3 postseasons in a row, they've been eliminated at home. And you look at, like, you know, this is a business to them. That's how they treat it. That's like, so.
Well, just to counter what you're saying, like those 3 years they were eliminated, they did not have home field advantage over the Astros, the Dodgers, or the Blue Jays. That's why it fell that way, because they won the games in their building. Then we've got our backs against the wall in our building.
True. I mean, but even if you go back further, I mean, 13-12 since he took over. That's not good enough at home.
It's not good enough. At home. It's not good enough. Thank you for the call and the compliments, Jeff. I can't speak to anybody else or what they do on the radio. This is not shtick. This is not trolling. This is not shilling. I am a Yankee fan, but I've been telling you guys all season what I see. I just think it'd be ridiculous to watch all of these games and make it up. I also think it would be, you know, not genuine to give credit where credit is due. If you actually watch sports, played any sports, sometimes you get beat, man. You know, sometimes somebody is better than you, and you got to give it up. That's why I was on earlier this week. So, like, stop talking about sign stealing and any type of cheating or conspiracy theories. They got smacked. I know it hurts, but that's part of it. You know, I'm raising a young man. I have a little boy at home, and like, I'm teaching him already, like, just a way to be. Like, yo, life is not easy. And don't be so entitled. And don't think that people are supposed to just lie down for you because you're the New York Yankees. There are other people out here hustling. There are other people out here working, competing, fighting. And when you get beat, you get beat. And it ain't a conspiracy theory, and they're not cheating, and they don't have something on you. You didn't get it done. And when it comes to Aaron Boone and his record and this feeling over and over again as the season ends, I said he's got 2 more years. I don't think he'll get another extension after this. And that also coincides with 2 more years of Judge, Cole, Stanton before they're cooked. Stanton might be cooked now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we expecting Stanton to be? What we're expecting him to be is less expensive. That contract drops down next year. He's not going anywhere, and I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to have him as your permanent DH. He can't run. It just creates problems. So, like, that's what I'm saying with the Yankees and the roster construction. Little things this year that, like, I give it to Stanton for going out there and playing defense, playing in the outfield. I didn't think they were going to do that in a million years. I thought they were going to be shook of him getting hurt. But he was a liability out there. And then when they did finally put Judge out there, he was a liability as well. Oh, Judge can't throw. And now you got to worry about that with Judge. Hopefully the offseason he heals up completely and he comes into spring training and can throw. But one throw, we could be right back here next year. And it's like, wait, Judge is going to need surgery. And the window starts closing with age. Father time is undefeated. It has to happen now. And I'm interested to see what they do. That like they don't value Dominguez. He's a whole rookie. He didn't get many opportunities he got in the game today. It was funny because people were calling for him to pinch hit for Trent Grisham. I'm like, they're never going to do that. But you got to give Dominguez run next year. And I know I was banging on the table for Spencer Jones. What's the outfield going to be next year? Because, like, what if they don't sign Belly and they don't bring Belly back? And I know there's some Met fans they're playing the Juan Soto game with Belly. Can't wait to see Belly in a Mets uniform. Okay. How'd that work out for Juan Soto putting on a Mets uniform? But if he wants to go. So then it's Spencer Jones in center, Dominguez in left, or you guys want Kyle Tucker? Like, these are things that are about to be talked about for months now. And it goes quick. You know, before you know it, in a month, the season's over, and then we're going to be talking about winter meetings 2 months from then. Like, it happens fast. 888-808-1019. Aaron Boone is the manager. He's not getting fired. You may deem it fireable, getting beat by your division rival, and especially the way that it happened this year. The Yankees had a 7.5 game lead in first place. They got walked down by a team that just played the game better. And that team also was ravaged by injuries. And they're still going on to the American League Championship Series. Without Max Scherzer, without Chris Bassett, without Jose Berrios, without Bo Bichette. Anthony Santander missed a lot of time this year. They have a good manager. And they called the Yankees out. Their play-by-play guy, Buck Martinez, called the Yankees out. They're not a good team. If they don't hit home runs, they can't score. They can't win. They have wild pitches. They make mistakes on the base passes. They're not good defensively. He called that out. When are the Yankees going to get pissed off? As an organization, not just the players on the field. When are the Yankees going to get pissed off? I don't know. I felt like they got pissed off when they missed the postseason in 2023. And then that turned into going to trade for Juan Soto, and it was like, okay, here we go. When they missed the postseason in well, no, they didn't miss the postseason, but when they came up one game short, they missed the postseason in 16. Then 17, they were ahead of schedule. They came up one game short of going to the World Series, and it was like, okay, here comes Giancarlo Stanton. We thought that was an evil empire move, and fast forward all these years now, what do you call it? Let's go to Derry in Belleville. Derry, you're with us on the Fan.
Hey, my man, how are you, bro?
I'm all right.
My man, I'm so happy to be talking to you. First of all, thank you for for having me on the Fan.
Thanks for calling.
Man, listen, man, this hurt me a lot, man. I wasn't sure 100% we were the better team. I'll be honest with you. So it's funny, when Sal early kept saying that the Yankees should move on. I was like, I'm not too sure. I haven't seen it all year, so. But I just thought that.
I think that was a mush. I think that was a lot of the Met fan energy was to mush the Yankees today. They got one. They're gonna. And what did I tell you? Someone that watches every single game. I told you I don't think anybody can beat this Blue Jays team 3 games in a row, even us.
Absolutely, my man, bro. I agree with you so much, man. I'm thinking to myself, hey, I watched this team all year long. This is a good team. Yeah, they have weaknesses like us, but I was thinking to myself, listen, I was afraid of both teams, Boston and Toronto,
because they dominated us all year. Thanks for the call, Derry. Just got to move it along. I'm running out of time before we get to the next break and update. Greg from Washingtonville, you're on the Fan.
Hey, what's up, Keith?
What's up?
Hey, man. Hey, so I'm coming back from the game, and a couple points I have. So my first point is, so the bottom of the lineup has absolutely, awful. I don't know, in my opinion, when we got to the bottom of the lineup, this game, we were not getting any hits, right? So I never felt like we were confident when the lineup turned over past Stanton. If you had Jazz, maybe he could do something. It was not good, right? My whole thing is this. I know you were saying we're not going to fire Boone. I'm sorry I'm jumping around a little bit, but I think Boone has to go. I think Volpe 100% has. I just don't see any place with him on his team. He has looked dumb when he's up at bat. At this point, I don't know where we need to go, but this team needs to make a transition. And you got Goldie that may be retiring. Volpe has to go. I don't know where we go from here, but things need to change. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
Thanks for the call, Greg. Yeah, they might fire the hitting coach. Matt Blake stays. They've had a bunch of hitting coaches in the last few years. You can fire the hitting coach when, bullpen game comes your way facing elimination and you can only get one run via a solo shot. And then in the bottom of the order with Volpe and Wells, you can't help those guys. Meanwhile, the bottom of the order for the Blue Jays, they have this Ernie Clement who looks like a young Aaron Boone. He has 14 at-bats, 9 hits, 1 homer, 5 runs batted in. His average was .643 in the series. His on-base percentage was .1554. Yeah, he was batting 8th for them. They have a bunch of guys that put the ball in play. Go look at the numbers of the Blue Jays. We focus so much on the Yankees. We put on our Yankee glasses and we're blinded by the Yankees and what they didn't do and their shortcomings, whatever. But, like, look at what did get done. Like I mentioned, Vladdy drove a run in every game of the series, and they consistently pitched him. They dared him. That's arrogance to me. I was screaming the whole series, don't pitch to him. He's dialed. He hates the Yankees. And that hate, he turned that into performance. Look at these guys. Dalton Varsho, right? Lower in their lineup. 7 hits, 2 homers, 4 ribbies, a .438 average, a .1471 on OPS. These guys came in and they smacked us. And I know the numbers are inflated from the first 2 games where you had Paul Blackburn and when you had Will Warren. But still, you saw it with your own eyes. They have a lot of guys that could hit. George Springer, you already know about him. George Springer was pretty much like he was down. I mean, he showed up today early, but he had 2 Ks. Springer usually a Yankee killer. It didn't matter, between, Vladdy leading the way and the guys that they have in between, like an Addison Barger, right? How about Addison Barger? He bats .333 in the series. I think he had 3 hits today. Yep. And he started off 3 for 3 in an elimination game, in a game where these guys decided tonight against this rookie pitcher who they already got to a few weeks ago, we got to get back on the plane to Toronto. We're going back with ALCS merch. You just got to tip your cap, bro. And they brought out guys from the bullpen that we had seen multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitchers used. And a lot of these guys put up zeros, got strikeouts, didn't give up hits. I'm sitting in there and I went to in the stadium. I have a couple hiding spots where I know I could just be like, all right, let me think about what's going on. Let me write a couple notes for the show. And I'm hiding. I'm panicking. I'm like, this isn't good. This isn't good. They had 2 hits. They had the Judge single early and then obviously Ryan McMahon's solo shot. And I'm like, this is not good enough in a do or die situation here. I think the emotions of last night was such a crazy game and there was so much adrenaline in the building, and for Judge to come through, like, and then for the game to start an hour earlier the next day, I'm like, they don't have it. They don't have it, man. And little things like balls skipping through, that one ball that I thought Cam Schlitter was going to field, and then it gets by Jazz, and I'm like, damn, that's a double play ball right there. And another hot shot skips off Jazz glove. Jazz had a bad night. Yeah, Jazz had a bad night. Strikeout. He worked a walk, but 0 for 3. And like I said, it looks bad because it's like, bro, you're the one that's always talking, running your mouth. And as much as we love things about Jazz, some of those other things do kind of annoy you as well, because it's like, bro, all that talking, now look where we're at. And that's why I always try to say less, caution you, bro. It's a team sport, and there's a whole other team out there. You think the whole league doesn't hear that? We're stepping on next to the division winner. It's like you're stepping on neck. We're about to step on your neck. We're ending your season in your building tonight. It's tough. It's tough. Let's take a break here. I got 1 hour exactly left. If you want to join the chat and talk to the Yankee fans and Met fans in the chat is booming. We're approaching 600 live in the chat. So go to WFAN YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. We just broke 86,000 subscribers on there. This is Keith McPherson on the Fan. 1 hour left of the Yankees funeral, end of the season memorial, talking about this Game 4, reflecting on the season that was, and looking at the off season ahead. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back.
It's Evan and Kiki. Afternoons on the Fan 101.9 FM.
The only memory people are going to have about this division series is bases loaded, nobody out, and Judge is swinging at ball 4 against the guy he normally owns in Kevin Gausman. He beats Kevin Gausman. He's got great career numbers against this guy. And 3-2, a pitch that was well off the plate. He hacked that.
Listen to Evan and Kiki on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off and to wear a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Everyone knows when Sunday comes around for kickoff and tailgates, you gotta come ready. And who's the MVP of my game day spread? Mike's Amazing Mustard. This stuff just isn't a condiment, it's the first round pick. Put it on your hot dog, your sausage, or your favorite hero, and it's an instant touchdown. It's bold, it's got that perfect bit of spice, and it always delivers in the clutch. So this season, when it's 4th and goal at the grill, don't pass the ketchup, pass the mustard. Mike's Amazing Mustard. Find it this season at ShopRite.
This is Alex Shulman. And this is J.J. Hill of Shulman & Hill, New York's premier injury law firm.
We'll always fight for you when you're injured at work.
If you've ever wished you had a lawyer in the family, now you will.
At Shulman & Hill, it's never one and done. Once you're a client, you're always part of our family.
We'll always go the extra mile for you.
New Yorkers in every borough and on every block know us by name. Shulman & Hill.
Get your free consultation at hurtny.com. That's hurtny.com.
Looking for the perfect place to catch the game on Long Island? Check out Tap Room, now with 9 locations, including their newest at Station Yards in Ronkonkoma. Great food, rotating craft beer, and TVs everywhere. Plus Sunday game day drink specials, wing night Thursdays, and kids eat free Tuesdays. It's the best place for sports, food, and friends. Visit taproomofny.com to find your spot.
Hey, it's Boomer and Gio. Boomer and Gio is both a radio show and a podcast. You can find us anytime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your pods.
Catch the full episode, listen by individual hour, or jump straight to the highlights. Just open up your favorite podcast app, search Boomer and Gio, and hit the follow button to get every minute of the show your way and on your time.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the relief hotline at 800-707-6152. 800-707-6152. 800-707-6152.
Go running with the Devils on November 2nd, a 5K race hosted by RWJ Barnabas Health and the New Jersey Devils. Register at rwjbh.org/runningwithdedevils.
The whole
home of Yankees radio is WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good morning at 1 o'clock. I'm Marco Belletti. Hard to win when you don't score. 2 runs on 6 hits against 8 arms out of the Blue Jays bullpen as Toronto eliminated the Yankees 5-2 to win the series in 4.
The ending's the worst, right? Especially when you know you have a really good group and a group of guys that really came together so well. At the right time, the final couple of months, this was a team.
Blue Jays outscored the Yankees 34-19 in the series. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit over 500 with 3 homers and 9 RBIs. Nathan Lucas, the dagger in this one, a 2-run single in the 7th, made it a 3-run game. Cam Schlittler pitched well again, 4 runs, just 2 of them earned, over 6 in the 3rd as the Jazz Chisholm, a huge error that opened up the floodgates.
Definitely, didn't think it was going to play the way it played and just missed it, Been thinking about that since the play happened, still thinking about it now.
So the Yankees again shown the door in the postseason, now 16 years without a title.
I'm confident we'll break through. I have been every year. And I believe in so many of the people in that room. So that hasn't changed. The fire hasn't changed. It's hard to win the World Series, So been chasing it all my life.
And it's the Blue Jays that are into the ALCS for the first time since 2016. Kyle Schwarber went deep twice. Phillies ripped the Dodgers 8-2. They avoid the sweep. Cubs up at the Brewers 4-3. Milwaukee still leads that series 2-1. The Tigers race the Mariners 9-3. They force a Game 5. 57 degrees, clear skies, Central Park. That's what's happening. I'm Marco Belletti.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Inside the 1 a.m. hour on the Fan in New York, the Yankees lose. The Yankees lose again. Keith McPherson on the Fan. I'm going to pull in the legendary Marco Belletti, who always wears a Yankee hat in here. I root for more Marco Belletti shows because I know Marco knows what he's talking about, and he's only a couple years older than me, so he's seen the Yankees and remembers more than I definitely remember. So let's start with right now, where we are in 2025. Is this an acceptable end for your 2025 New York Yankees? Don't you feel good that we got our 4 postseason games?
Nonsense. Again, it's loser stuff that the Yankees are so easy now to embrace. It really is. It's getting to the point where it's sickening that they can embrace that being able to beat the Red Sox and playing an extra couple of games. Hey, you know what? What are you going to do? It's crapshoot.
Yeah, they tied for first, the tiebreaker. They didn't have the tiebreaker. They won the same amount of games as last year, Marco.
What can you do? What can you do? That's what it feels. It's the motto where everything's good enough. And hey, those are the breaks. That's playoff baseball. Yeah,
they made some moves at the deadline. Look at the team. Look at the bench. Look at the bullpen.
Yep. And a lot of those moves are for next year, because if you think there's major changes coming for next year, you got another thing coming. Not only is management obviously going to stay intact, and that's a different conversation, but your entire bullpen, that was done at the deadline. David Bednar is now your closer, not just for this year, for next year, okay? Yep. Doval is now your new setup man for next year. Devin Williams is gone. Luke Weaver is gone. Jake Bird, who was thrown into AAA. Everybody forgot about Jake Bird. You're not going to forget about Jake Bird come April, because he's going to be a big piece in that bullpen. This team is the same thing year after year. It's rinse and repeat. And it's going to be the same concept of win 90-something games somewhere in that area, get into the playoffs, and then they'll tell you how it's a crapshoot, and you're going to roll the dice. Like there's no possible way to know how to win a title. Everything's up in the air. No one could possibly foresee how to put together a club to be able to get to a championship. They have become what I used to mock. They're the A's of the late 90s and early 2000s. Talented as hell, and constantly had the excuse of, we're really good. We're right. What can you do? It's a crapshoot. It's not a crapshoot. You're not good enough. That's where the Yankees are. They're not good enough.
Well, no one cares about batting average. You got to hit home runs to win in October, right? You got to hit home runs. They got a lot of home run hitters. They hit more home runs than anyone in baseball this year.
Look, when you put together this lineup and the talent and what they see, when you put it in a database, it's going to spit out a lot of runs, which spits out them leading the league in runs scored. Because it's over 162 over a bunch of bums that you probably see during the year and a bunch of guys that are not locked in at all times. That's fair because it's over 162.
Yep.
Put those same things into a postseason lineup, and then you go, well, we didn't know it wasn't going to hit. Trent Grisham, Ryan McMahon, Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells, they're all the same.
Ben Rice, Stanton, Cody Bellinger.
They all have the same approach. You have 6 to 7 guys in your lineup that have the exact same approach.
Chisholm.
You cannot win when you all have the same approach. You need different things in the lineup. There's nothing to be said for we don't need power. Of course you do. You got to hit home runs. Of course you got to get on base. Of course you also have to have guys that know how to be able to hit. You also have to have guys that can know their role to set the table, know their role to not swing for the fences, to be able to try to inside out a pitch. We were talking about it a little off the air. That last run that the Blue Jays scored, Miles Straw. Yeah. Who the hell is Miles Straw? The pitch that he got.
I know who he is.
Who was thrown at his belt, able to bring his hands in and dunks it into right field with the infield in. Now you can go exit velocity of 63, and you go, well, it's luck. It's hitting. It's a talent and it's a skill, and it's none of the Yankees have. Up and down their lineup, none of them know how to do that. All they know how to do is swing hard, hit the ball hard, exit velocity. You cannot have 9 hitters exactly the same. That's what the Yankees do. They're built for fantasy, not for reality.
Yeah, Miles Straw was, I think, almost out of the league, or maybe temporarily out of the league. He was with the Guardians. He's the one that tried to scale the wall a couple years back in Yankee Stadium. They were calling him Spider-Man, and when the fans threw stuff on the field, I was at that game. But yeah, like that's what the Blue Jays are. They have a bunch of scrappy guys. They got hitters like Ernie Clement, Dalton Varshaw, Addison Barger, guys that like are not household names, but they work the count. They don't strike out. They put the ball in play, and they're thinking about passing the baton. Then they do obviously have the superstar in Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who the Yankees tried and didn't want to walk, and he drove in a run every single game of this series, and you could see it in his eyes. He was motivated to defeat the Yankees. The Yankees, a lot of people are talking about now, there is no more aura. There is no more mystique. Nobody fears the Yankees anymore. They're the butt of every joke. They're getting memed and mocked, and there's nothing that the Yankees can do about it.
Well, why would you have aura? All you do is lose. Aura comes when you win.
Right.
Mystique comes
from being the champions.
All the idea of the ghosts coming through and all that.
They won.
That's because those teams won, and it felt like, no one could beat this team. Everyone beats you now. This is not, well, you couldn't get past the Astros. Everybody comes to Yankee Stadium and wins. Mm-hmm. There's nobody that can't. They don't win series. Okay, they beat the Guardians a couple of times. This team, it's been rinse and repeat with different faces that all, again, do the same thing. This is over a decade now. And this is the second longest drought that they've had in their franchise history without a championship. It's not by accident. Neither was the other 18 years that they went from 78 to 96.
Right,
that wasn't by accident
18 is the number. We're getting stupidly close.
Now it's 16. None of these things are by accident. They're not shocking. They're not, when you step back, you really can see it. It's blatant and it's obvious, all the different flaws and all the different problems that they have. And they continue to throw Band-Aids on top of it. And they'll tell you that, well, one of these years. So you're hoping for basically you want the roulette reel, that's what you're looking for. That's your hope. That's your plan.
And it's only going to get harder because they're just going to keep changing the game. There's pitch com. There's a pitch clock. There's Manfred's man on second base.
There's also Aaron Judge getting older. And there's Garrett Cole getting older.
Your window closing. So you're leading me to where I'm going to ask you next, right? So if we're approaching 2 more seasons until 18 years, the longest drought in franchise history, or matching that, there's going to be a labor dispute. This might be a lockout after next year. Also, Stanton is going to be 36. Judge is going to be 34. Cole is 36. And the window for those players that we look at as potential Hall of Famers, like winning with them, that window is going to close. And then also, do you fire Aaron Boone? I don't think they fire Aaron Boone because he's got a contract extension for 2 more years, which is also in that window. Do you think that Bruce Bochy comes in here and changes things? Do you think that a different manager would have got a different result?
I don't look. The Boone time should have come and gone a while ago.
2021 for me. When they lost to the Red Sox in the wild card, I was done then.
But it's got to be a philosophical thought because it's not as simple as, well, you move on from Boone, you bring somebody else in that's basically exactly like Aaron Boone. The Yankees would never hire. Now Bruce Bochy, again, is not necessarily a fit, but a guy like that.
Just the idea. You're right.
I mean? No, you're right. An old-time guy that walks in and says, I'm going to do things my way.
Right.
The Yankees are going that way. They're never going to do that, no matter who
Brian
they
Cashman.
look at. It's
I was looking at Brian Cashman's age. He's 58. So let's say he wants to continue to be the GM of the New York Yankees until its retirement years. It's another 7 years.
There's no way. He's not going to relinquish that type of power, and understandably so. Why would he ever hire somebody that's going to say, you know what, I'm in charge? No, you're not. I'm the GM and the president of baseball operations. I'm in charge. So he would never hire somebody that's going to look to usurp that or to be able to struggle with him. He wants simpatico. And that's what Aaron Boone is. Aaron Boone's a really good shield who's really good with the media, who puts up the face and puts up the message that the organization wants, which is we do things our way. We know what we're doing, but he's never outwardly upset. That's what the Yankees want. They want that mouthpiece. He's very good at it, and he's also very good at keeping things even keel in the clubhouse, which I think is actually very important for a manager, but you have to know when to ratchet it up, and I feel that's where Aaron Boone lacks. He knows how to calm it down. He doesn't know how to ratchet it up, and that's part of the process because there are
times in the season, and
they really are.
I said it seems too much of a country club, too much of a participation trophy Yankees, and you got to light a fire under their ass sometimes.
I look at it as this team acts like they've won many titles
because they
act
live
like they're
off of the Derek Jeters. Right. They live off of every city they go. They're screaming fans, "Let's go Yankees!" in every city. But those are fans that their parents made them Yankee fans because of the winning.
They walk around like, "Look, guys, we've won 4 out of 5. We know what we're doing. We get it." No. The uniform did. The NY did. The pinstripes did. Other players did to set it up for you. You have accomplished nothing. And a lot of the Yankee players, most of that clubhouse feel does have that vibe of, we've been here before, we've been through the struggles, we know what we're doing. No. You've been through the struggles and you failed at every turn. Different ways, different years, different faces.
Ways.
You've always failed. So there's no reason to be able to stand there and go, we know what we're doing. No, you don't. If you knew what you were doing, you'd have a title. You don't have a title. And you've only been there once in 16 years. It's not like, well, you go there every year. No, you don't. You have a tendency to get knocked out by teams that, when you look at it on paper, are inferior.
Yeah.
And let's be fair. I have a lot of respect for the Blue Jays. Inferior, talent-wise on paper.
Yeah, nobody had them here in the beginning of the year.
But then why is it that when you line them up on the field, the Blue Jays kick their ass up and down an entire full season?
Because they go through their meetings and their scouting report, and they know the flaws in the defense. They know the flaws in guys' hitting approach. They know where they can attack. They know where they're going to win.
It's not just talent. There's team. There's pieces that go into place. The Blue Jays were a better team than the Yankees because they had all the pieces that fit together. This is not reactionary. I actually blame myself that I got duped in the 3 games against the Red Sox. I've been screaming it all year that this team, you can't fool me. I know who you are. I could see through it. I've been saying it for years now. I wanted to sell at the deadline. Sell anything that's not nailed down because this team can't get over the top. I got duped in those 3 games. That's on me. Lucy with the football and peanuts, that's me. I'm Charlie Brown. I got duped in those 3 games. This team can't score unless they hit home runs. They don't know how to play winning baseball. They do the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and they're easily pitched to, and they don't hit every single year. And the worst part about this one, for me, this is where I'm really angry, not only at myself because I knew it, but I'm also angry in that you wasted the 1 year that Aaron Judge showed up and said, I'm carrying this thing on my back. Guys, just get aboard.
His numbers are incredible.
And they couldn't do it. That's embarrassing to them. Now, it's bad that it took Judge 10 years to do that. It'd have been nice if he was there last year because it could have carried them to a title.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. But the captain this year actually came through. He was clutch all the way through. He was locked in, and he was able to do what he was supposed to do. No one followed suit. That's embarrassing. You got beat by 8 arms out of the bullpen.
And the plot twist is that we thought this was a deeper lineup. We thought the year Trent Grisham had, Ben Rice had, Jazz had, All-Star 30-30, Ben Rice 26 homers, Trent Grisham 34, Belly, Goldie, even we thought that this was the year that they would have enough around him. Stanton, what happened to playoff Stanton, postseason G? It wasn't enough, and they give up 34 runs in this series to the Blue Jays. They don't even get to 5 games. It's not acceptable.
Look, and obviously the pitching is a big culprit in this. You can't have an ace come up at Max Fried and
Cam Schlichter is the best. I said, how do we end up here where this 24-year-old kid is the guy that we want on the mound over Carlos Rodon, Max Fried.
Stones.
He was the opening day starter for the AA Somerset Patriots, and he's the guy that we're like most confident in when he takes the ball.
And let's be fair, that's what it is. It's the composure. It's the Stones.
Right.
Cam Schlittler wants the ball, and he wants the moment. Now, as much as I know Carlos Rodon wants the ball, he wants
fails.
the moment, but he fails each and every time.
And Max Fried looked like he wanted to pout as soon as he didn't want to be out there.
One great start, one bad start.
As soon as Judge misplayed that ball. And next thing you know, I don't know, was that Clement was on third? It was like, oh, here it goes.
There's too much of and I give Schlittler a lot of credit for this because it was he could have folded early in this game, but he didn't. There's a lot of times where the Yankees are built, Rodon, Frieda showed it at times too, where things go bad early and they have a tendency to pack it up.
Tank.
Pack it up. And that's not a good trade, obviously. And they're built on their pitching. They're predicated. That's the way they built this club. And they're going to spend most of their money, it feels like, in their starting pitching. And they're going to rely on that. And then you're going to have, again, the bats that they have. When your starting pitching doesn't come through, it sets them back. I understand that. Luis Gil put them behind the 8 ball in game 1 in the fact that they could have stole that game, but they didn't. That's why in playoff baseball, when you don't take advantage of certain situations, it winds up coming back to haunt you. Those things are all fair, but I still come back to over 10 years. As much as we've talked about this starting pitcher didn't pitch, this starting pitcher didn't pitch, and guys like Jamison Tyone pitching well in the ALCS, the same thing happens every year. They have an opportunity to score runs. They don't. And they wind up losing games.
They get runners on, they leave them on. They squeeze the bat too tight. They have a ridiculous number of strikeouts in a series, and it's deja vu.
Runners at third, unable to drive them in. Runners at first and second with nobody out, and they get nothing across. They have no wherewithal to change the approach and find a way, like a Miles Straw, where you have a pitch that comes at your belt buckle with 2 strikes, and you're able to dunk it into right field for a base hit. You don't see that. Now, that's why I got duped, because I saw that a little bit in the Red Sox series, and I was like, oh, man, they actually can change their approach. Shame on me. You are who you are, and that's who the Yankees are. All in bunches, and if it's not there, nothing.
Well, that's Marco Belletti, our update guy, and Marco hosts some show once in a while here, a fill-in spot, and Marco can run it up. And instead of Marco and I having those conversations during the break, I'm like, let's have this one tonight for all to hear. Thank you, Marco. Let's get back to the phones at 888-808-1019. Rich is out in Iowa on the Fan in New York.
Hey, man, that's a tough act to follow right there, but I'm going to try my best.
Yeah,
so,
Mark, I'm telling you, Marco and I talking about the Yankees. He wears a Yankee hat every day, and he's seen it. He's seen all the 90s teams, and yeah, I just was like, hold on, I'm holding you here after this update.
Now, I'll do my best out here in Iowa for you, but no, seriously, what it is, really Hal has to pull the trigger, fire his best friend, Cash. That's what has to happen. They grew up together. I don't know if you know.
Of course I know, and I know he's never firing him. What would Hal Steinbrenner's next move be after telling Cash you're fired?
I'm going to be honest with you. You got to get a president of baseball operations from somebody, maybe a Milwaukee, somebody from Tampa, Toronto, somewhere, right? The janitor dude, right? Anybody, right? Seriously, what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That's really what it is. It comes down to that. But really, I'm going to talk to you a little bit. I want to get your opinion on this. I don't trust anybody next year. Let's talk about the lineup next year real quick. I don't trust anybody on that infield, man. I don't trust a Goldschmidt / Wright.
He's gone.
First.
1-year deal.
No, seriously. Yeah. Jazz, I mean, come on. We just talked about it. You guys just talked about it. Jazz. Do we trust him? We don't trust
All-Star, 30 year, maybe. But there's little things about Jazz that irritate you. Volpe's going to go to arbitration. I know he's their guy, but he's literally on the chopping block. We thought that this third year was going to be a prove-it year, show us this was a bad year for him, and now a bad postseason.
And they don't want to be wrong about him, right? Because he's a first-round draft pick, and they brought him up a year too early, so they want to be right about him,
Absolutely.
But they're not. So McMahon, maybe. I'll give you McMahon.
He's got to get in the cage. He's got to have a little more bat.
Yeah.
I love his defense, and not for nothing, he did hit. He did come up with some hits. He did hit the home run today. If you go look at his at-bats, and he didn't have full games to get at-bats, McMahon had some hits. He had some sneaky hits, and he had a homer.
Yeah, so maybe him, and then the outfield, Belly, maybe he's gone, who knows? Spencer Jones, he wants to come up. The Martian wants to play center. All this stuff. I mean, Judge is out there, but if his arm gets hurt, he's got a DH. He gets TJ. If he gets Tommy John. I mean, it's just. I mean, there's so many questions. There's more. So I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. My buddy is like,
thing could
who's the
unravel.
lineup next year, dude? There could be 8 new guys with Judge out there next year. We don't know.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, Rich. They're never firing Brian Cashman. And I already went through the song and dance of like Brian. I don't think you guys even really know how much Brian Cashman means to the New York Yankees. I make the joke that if Hal wanted to hire someone else, he would need Cash to run those meetings and interviews and that whole process, that whole search. And like when Brian Cashman does decide to bow out and relinquish that power, it's going to be through a process of a whole year of having an understudy. When I was in the fan cave, I remember I saw Rob Manfred for the first time in the fan cave, 2014. It was Bud Selig's last year. And Rob Manfred, I didn't know who he was or what he was doing. He was following Bud Selig around, shadowing him, learning everything every day. Now, I don't know if it was every day, but I saw him twice in the fan cave show with Bud Selig. And when asked about it, like, oh, yeah, this guy's like, he's next in line to become the commissioner. The next GM of the New York Yankees, maybe it's Michael Fishman, maybe there's somebody else in the building that we don't know of yet, would have to spy Brian Cashman for an entire season before they just say, here you go, take the reins. They're not going to another city. They're not going to another organization because there are 29 other teams than the New York Yankees. You feel me? They're not looking for, they're not the Mets taking a guy from Milwaukee and bringing him in here. How'd that work out? How has that worked out? The Yankees aren't doing that. So we can that's not it. What would you like Cash to do? I would like Cash to get some more contact hitters, guys that hit for average. I would like Cash to find some guys that can put the ball in play around Aaron Judge. We got a ton of homers. That's cool to beat up on the Orioles, the White Sox, the Twins. But then when we do face these better teams, we can't get past them because it's feast or famine. It's the long ball or nothing. King George in the Bronx, you're back on the Fan.
Live long and prosper. And your show is better than listening to The Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen. And you make other talk show hosts look bad and not good. And they're like beavers that have no wood.
They make me look good. The more they do what they do, my show sounds better.
Yeah. And the Yankees were so unenergetic and pathetic. The only thing that angered me more was the 1960 World Series. And who do I leave my number with so you and Zoo could call me?
Oh, you can leave it with Fleegs. I'll put you on hold, and Fleegs will take your number down. And now that there's less baseball here in New York, baseball nights in New York have ended officially. Maybe there's a night where there's, I don't know, Rutgers football on or Monday Night Football on or something like that. And we'll definitely do this whole me, you, and Zoo at Cats. Oh, my goodness. King George callback. I just dropped the phone call, and I meant to hit hold. And I know you're going to call. You call every day. But I seriously will pull up to Cats. I don't go over there. It's a tourist hotbed. Always a line outside. But we will get that done. And I got to hit Zoo. I got to text Zoo and see where Zoo. I don't work with Zoo anymore. Zoo is on the weekend or maybe during the day. I haven't seen Zoo in a minute. WAP, text me if you're listening. We'll set this whole thing up. But yeah, the Yankees have to have a sense of urgency in these next 2 years with Aaron Boone's contract ending after 2027, and just me feeling like after 2027, bro, like what is this window of Stanton? It's closed. This window of Stanton, Judge, Cole is closed. And then also get serious about the young players on the team. Get serious about Anthony Volpe as your shortstop. Is he the guy or not? After this season, we're leaning towards not. That can change. Bring some competition in. Sign somebody. He's going to go to arbitration, and who's going to win that arbitration? Austin Wells, bring in another catcher. Somebody, a right-handed catcher that can hit a little bit to platoon with him. If Ben Rice is going to be your full-time first baseman, he's got to go to work. And obviously, he can't be your full-time DH because that's Stanton's. Stanton has the DH role clogged up. And he works a walk. And there's a ground ball. It's a guaranteed double play. He works a walk, and he's got to be held at third base, on any type of extra base hit or, you know what I'm saying? These are things that just, it is what it is. But they got to change if you're going to compete. And you know what, Yankee fans, I suggest you do. We all should do this. And I don't do this enough because, Usually when the Yankee season ends, watching baseball hurts, right? Last year, we got to watch the Yankees go to the World Series. But now the Yankees are out. Watch the other series. Watch the other teams. Watch how guys hit in the lineup all the way through the lineup, even at the bottom of the order. John Schneider, somebody asked in the chat who's the big shot of the night. I said John Schneider. John Schneider had no fear of throwing a bullpen game, throwing guys that have already been seen before, because he knew how to mix, match, and attack this Yankees lineup. Held them to 2 hits with their season on the line. Despicable. Bob is in Los Angeles on the Fan. Hello, Bob.
What you just said is so true, man. My Dodgers drive me nuts, but they don't play stupid baseball. The manager can be stupid, but all the teams left pretty much played baseball the right way. And the irony is this team of analytics, this team of mathing, this team of we're too smart. They played dumb baseball. The way they hit, let alone the fielding, the way they approach pitchers. It's for the Yankees to be this undisciplined at the plate when it's been the same story for I remember 10 years ago saying we need contact hitters. And here we are, 2025.
Yeah, when they lost to the Astros in 2022, I think they set a record for strikeouts, and that was a completely different team. And you know what? Then they kept changing the lineup then because they were listening to the outside noise, right? IKF, they take him out. They bring up Oswald Peraza, a whole rookie, throw him into the mix. Panicking. Harrison Bader, Lauren Shahadi from the MLB Network runs into Harrison Bader in the hallway and says, "You ready to go tonight? You're leading off." And he says he don't know it. And hold on for a second, Bob. That brings me to another point of something that went on these last 2 nights. Clint Frazier was in the bleachers. And some of you goofies, I don't get it. Like people heckling Clint Frazier because of what he said about the organization, as if Clint Frazier can't buy a ticket and sit in the bleachers with us. Some of these players you idolize would never. And he literally sat all 9 innings in the bleachers, back-to-back games. So shout out to Clint. But Clint was another one that said about the lineup, these guys not knowing. Like, I think that's crazy for Harrison Bader to be told by an analyst from MLB Network that he's leading off. How does that not get communicated? Now, I know that was years ago, but there are little things like that need to be tightened up. And what I recall is 2 seasons ago, the Yankees were supposed to have a third party come in and audit them, right? To see what they were doing wrong compared to other teams, to see what other teams were doing that they were lacking and not doing, and they chose not to run that audit. So maybe they need to do that now. Go on, Bob.
What you just said is true, man. Clint Frazier, what did he do? He told the truth. The Yankees are like this secret cult. I look at Judge after the game. They're talking to him. I love Judge. Forget you just as a person, as a player. But they say, Judge, what was the problem? What did you need? What was the difference? He goes, thinking for a second, let me not say anything real. And he's like, it's the little things. It's the little, bro, you just got walloped. It's not the little things.
It's a huge thing for all of us.
Approach.
Yeah, Judge is the best. Judge, he'll do the little, with his, he'll suck his teeth and and he'll think about it. And they asked, what was the message? And they're like, I'd like to keep that in-house. Okay, keep it in-house. These fans aren't. There's going to be 300 Yankee podcasts calling for the manager, calling for the general manager, all night on the Fan, and tomorrow during the day, it's just going to be Yankee fans calling in and complaining, and then Met fans calling in, just as fans and callers talking about the organization. And now you're getting ridiculed and you're getting skewered and you're getting talked about again, and you've come up short and there's nowhere to hide. And what are you going to do to change that?
Nobody being a truth teller, nobody looking in the mirror, nobody really calling out for what it is. It's the Yankees are like a cult. We're just all going along with the pinstripe cult. Nobody, as you said, is making a stink. Nobody's looking in the mirror. They're all giving Aaron Boone baloney answers that get us another season and another season down the drain. Decade plus.
Thanks for the call, Bob. Well, fool me can't fool me again. And how Marco said he's Charlie Brown. Got me. Lucy set the football up. Thought I was going to kick that foot. Whoop. And you wonder why, I've gotten to points over the years where certain seasons where I'm off the ride. But I know as a radio host and I know as a fan that talks to a lot of fans, like there are fans that are overly optimistic, glass half full, and like, you can't quit on the team. Now, I mean, we have some hosts here that would rather turn down a company ticket to watch opening night of the New York Rangers and the Rangers get smacked, and then show up for a night like tonight and then be plastered all over social media, ripping the organization, not having a good like that. That wouldn't be me. But I'm only going to keep it real with you. I'm only going to be authentic with you. This is another embarrassment, but we saw it coming. No one's really shocked or surprised. I told you when I got on Sunday night, this is not fun. They did this. They put themselves into this position. And I don't know if they're going to be able to dig out of this hole, and they did not. They gave us one good one. One good Aaron Judge home run off the foul pole, Jazz homer for the lead. They rallied by 8 unanswered. At least they gave us that. But here we are tonight, and I knew that too. I remember last night saying, hey, like, job not finished. Like, let's enjoy that. But, like, we still got to win tomorrow. Got to force this thing back to Canada and then win that. And that's a tall task for anyone. Bob's LA Dodgers, the Seattle Mariners or Detroit Tigers, whoever's going to meet Toronto in the ALCS. Don't let that be the next thing. Toronto go on to the World Series. And dare they win that World Series against whomever. Let it be the Dodgers. Let them go with their style of baseball. And if they get guys like Bo Bichette back, get healthier, Barrios, Chris Bassett, whomever, and their manager is ready to go toe-to-toe with Dave Roberts and the Dodgers, don't let them actually win the World Series. We'll never live that one down. 888-808-1019. I'm running out of time. Keith McPherson on the Fan. We'll be right back.
This is science. You can't bet against a coach who wears a fishing vest.
Every Saturday at 8 a.m., it's Kickoff with Boomer and Mike Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL.
They are a much better defense than I gave them credit for before the season started.
Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. And The Fan, always streaming on Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Stop dealing with your neck pain, backaches, and sciatica and go see my main man, Dr. Jay Shah at Samwell Institute for Pain Management, a migraine and nerve pain specialist who gets you back feeling like yourself again with minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments. There are thousands of 5-star reviews who trust Dr. J for pain-relieving solutions. Same day and next day appointments available in offices in Colonia, Livingston, and now Inglewood, New Jersey. Turn to Samwell Pain for effective pain-relieving solutions. Visit samwellpain.com.
Injured? Don't be a whiner. Call me, attorney Mark Miner. I'm Mark Miner, and I have over 30 years of experience handling personal injury cases. If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. You can trust that the personal injury law firm of Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner will treat you with respect and fight for your rights. Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE for a free consultation. Our goal is to transform your pain into payment. If there is no recovery, there is no fee. We handle all type of accident cases and value the opportunity to help you. The sooner you call, the better. If you are injured, call 1-800-LAW-LINE so we can discuss how to transform your pain into payment. Don't be a whiner. Call Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner at 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner, personal injury attorneys.
Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. That's 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Luxury just got tripled with Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Mercedes-Benz of Union, and Ray Cattina of Freehold. 3 powerhouse locations in New Jersey. 1 legendary name, Ray Cattina. More inventory, featuring one of the East Coast's largest selections of new and pre-owned Mercedes-Benz vehicles. More convenience with 3 state-of-the-art service centers to keep your Mercedes-Benz running like new. And of course, legendary Ray Cattina customer service, where you always come first. Experience the power of 3 at benzfam.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6812. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6812. That's 800-575-6812.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, New Yorkers. Fast, reliable internet can be yours when you switch to Fios. For a limited time, combine Fios home internet and one line of mobile for just $69.99 a month. Get unlimited welcome for $50 a month with autopay plus taxes and fees when you bring your phone. And add Fios 300 megabytes per second for $19.99 a month with autopay, mobile plus discount, and bonus discount. Visit your tri-state area Verizon store today to get this limited time offer and switch to our reliable 100% fiber optic 5G network. Fios, for eligible new Fios internet and mobile customers. Both the $15 monthly discounts for Fios and Bring Your Phone applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. $99 Fios setup charge applies. For unlimited welcome, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic in times of congestion. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
This is Alex Shulman of Shulman & Hill, New York's premier injury law firm. We'll always fight for you if you're injured at a construction site. If you've ever wished you've had a lawyer in the family, now you will. At Shulman & Hill, it's never one and done. Once you're a client, you're always part of our family. New Yorkers in every borough and on every block know us by name. Shulman & Hill. Get your free consultation at hurtny.com. That's hurtny.com.
Imagine a gentleman's club with over 200 gorgeous exotic dancers every week.
Hey, big boy.
From the people who make fantasies come true, Gallagher's 2000 in Long Island City is the place to be. Gallagher's 2000, a gentleman's club for today, gentlemen. Gallagher's 2000 features 2 floors, 3 stages, discounted drinks, VIP, champagne rooms, and dinner specials every night. Gallagher's 2000 offers complimentary lunch Thursdays and Fridays with any drink purchase.
Come on down, big boy.
Gallagher's 2000 is New York's largest upscale gentleman's club, and Gallagher's 2000's bachelor parties will blow you away. For their bachelor party specials, call 718-361-1348. Gallagher's 2000 is located at 4319 37th Street in Long Island City, Queens, just a half a block north of Queens Boulevard. Call 718-361-1348. Gallagher's 2000 is unlike any club in New York. Come tonight for the time of your life. Gallagher's 2000.
Let your imagination run wild.
The Association on Aging in New York is celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Older Americans Act, which funds vital programs for millions of older adults. Services include meals, transportation, home care, Medicare counseling, case management, and caregiver support. Today, people are uncertain whether some programs remain available. We can help. To learn more about these essential programs and how to keep them, visit our website at agingny.org. Sponsored by the Association on Aging in New York.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Talk New York sports on WFAN 888-808-1019. Powered by Paramount Plus. Count on Sundays all season long with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
It's over. I'm just looking at stuff. Like I just saw Just Baseball put out Anthony Volpe in the ALDS, 1 for 15 with 11 Ks. What? It's tough. It's tough to process that. It's tough to take that information and be like, yeah, this is okay. This is good. I'm sure there's some other guys with some terrible numbers just from the eye test, bro. Not good enough. Shout out to J-Mac Customs. I don't know if J-Mac Customs popped up in the YouTube chat. I just opened a package from J-Mac. J-Mac Customs is a Mets fan. I met him at Fanatics Fest. Cool dude. And, we chopped it up for a little bit. He made the OMG signs. And let me see. I tweeted at him. Let me see if he responded. I was like, bro, I just got the package. I'm going to open it up on the live stream. So, yeah, he might be asleep, which most human beings are at this hour. Shout out to J-Mac Customs for the New York Yankees logo. And it is made out of the subway map that you see on the subway with the different lines on it. So this is cool. I'm like thinking now, I got to rearrange my little podcast studio setup in my house because I'm like, I want this to be on display. So if you can see me on the live stream with it, shout out to J-Mac Customs who made the OMG signs. Let's take the rest of these calls for the last 13 minutes, and I'm up out of here. 888-808-1019. Let's go to Moose in Jamaica. What's up, Moose?
Yo, Keith, what it do?
Hanging out, just passing the time. The season is over. Things are going to shift and change, and I'm okay with that. Not for nothing. My wife texts me. She texts me just the thumbs down when they lost. And I was like, I told you the season ended on Sunday. And she's like, I know. That when they lost those two games in that fashion, which I felt like they lit both of those games on fire, almost punted those games. I'm like, okay, you're like, who's coming back? I know it's been done before, but not against this Blue Jays team and not with the team we have. You're about to come back from down 2-0 and rip off the next three. They would have to literally lay down and die. And they played at a higher level than the Yankees the whole time. And I was tweeting that last night in the beginning of the game when they were up 6-1. I said, there's levels to this, and they're playing at a level that the Yankees will not and cannot match.
Obviously, Keith and Marco Belletti, right?
Yeah, shout out to Marco.
He said everything I said in March. Even when we lost Cole, we'll still probably win 90 games, have a whole humbug little playoff run, but not accomplish anything because you've been a Yankee fan 1 year longer than I have because you're 1 year older than me. You've seen this same song and dance ever since we lost in 2010 and stuff to the Rangers. So I'm not saying GM manager. We have different managers. GM is still putting a quality product, but I question overall the mentality of the team to either be awake to the idea that they're believing in a false narrative. Not that the Yankees should be feared, but they have to go out there and take what's theirs as opposed to expect it to be handed to them.
Thanks for the call, Moose. Yeah, what we come around to is that the Yankees have good enough teams to win 90 to 100 games, qualify, make the postseason, but then they come up short. Like I say, the cracks in their armor or, the little holes in the defense, the little holes in the offense, these are things that get scouted and game planned and exposed. And it happens consistently every time. Derek is in San Francisco on the Fan in New York.
Hey, Keith, before anything, I just want to give you your flowers, bro. Every time I've called, you've been there and you talked me off the ledge. And right on, bro. Thank you so much for all that. The season's over, bro. Tell me who you are, and I'm going to tell you who. Tell me who you with, and I'm going to tell you who you are. I don't want to kill Judge because Judge had his moments, but, bro, we seen this coming, right, Keith? We seen this.
Yeah.
We seen it coming, dude. We seen it coming. Not having a third baseman, Cashman doing the same thing. And the one thing that kills me the most, Keith, is my 11-year-old son. He's with me through and through, bro, and he was so devastated. And did I curse my son, Keith? Because he's heartbroken, dude.
He's hard.
No, he's young enough. It's going to come around at some point. He's young enough. And I just was saying earlier, I'm like, it might happen when I'm 40. It might happen when I'm 50. It might happen when I'm 60. I hope not, though, because I'm not going to be able to. I'll be watching most of the games on TV. But no, you didn't curse him because and let's rein it in. Thanks for the call, Derek, out in San Francisco. Let's pull everybody back in on Yankees elimination night. Compared to the rest of these garbage teams in this city, the Yankees are always in it. And you have to be in it to win it. You have to qualify. That's why I laugh at some of the Met fans trolling me. I'm like, you hating from outside of the club. You didn't even get in. So, that's cute and all. But there is no curse with the Yankees. It's a 16-year drought. It might hit 18. Maybe it's got to hit 18 for historical reasons, and then it changes. Maybe this is the year where they see, okay, Judge put up great numbers in the postseason. He didn't fold, but we didn't have the lineup around him. We didn't have enough guys to put the ball in play. When he got on, who's driving him in? Let's rein it in. As much as we are going to come down on the New York Yankees and hate on them and say everything about them that we can possibly manage to say, make sure that you do come around and say, we were in it again. I saw two of the best postseason games I ever saw in the last week. Cam Schlittler's first performance against the Red Sox, and then Judge's signature game 2 nights ago. So, as much as we're going to be critical, we also have to be realistic here. The Jets aren't going to the playoffs again. And we don't know the next time. I'm saying that might be finite. The Jets may never go to the playoffs again. I'm going to MetLife tomorrow. I hate going over there. Are the Giants going to upset the Eagles? Perhaps. But come on. No. The Mets are now at 40 years. There's 2 generations of Met fans that don't understand what it's like to go to the World Series and win. We have 3 hockey teams. It's been a long time since the Islanders dominated. It's been a long time since that Rangers Stanley Cup that gets talked about. It's been a long time since the Devils dominated. I hope the Devils can figure it out. But you understand what I'm saying? Oh, and I saved the best for last. Because the stage is set for your New York Knicks. Go New York, go New York, go. All the pressure in this city. All of the energy in this city. I'm no Knicks fan. But I'm told there's one basketball team in this city. I'm told they're going to be the favorites in the East. I'm told that they fired their coach. They brought in a new coach because now all of a sudden the New York Knicks are championship or bust. I cannot wait till they start the hooping. But let's rein it in before we say anything about are we cursed as Yankee fans. Hell no. Let's rein it in before we act like the Yankees that are in the dance every year don't figure this out with the best player on the planet in the next couple years. We don't know that. But it's going to take them to look in the mirror, maybe audit themselves. Brian Cashman to take a hard look at this team and tweak it again. I like what Brian Cashman did in the offseason. I like what Brian Cashman did at the trade deadline. It wasn't enough, ultimately, with the chips falling where they did and the Yankees being a wild card and running into the Blue Jays who beat them out for the division, beat them over the head all year, whatever. We don't know what that's going to look like next year. So, let's not say that because, as much sports as I watch, the one team that I'm actually, I will drive my ass to the Bronx 50 times a year. I will watch every single one of those games. I will listen to podcasts. I'll listen to all these WFAN shows. I will read tweets and articles about that team because that team is going to compete. That team is going to be in October. That team is going to have a chance to win a championship. The rest of these teams around here, we cannot say the same. Tony's in Montreal on the fan. What's up, Tony?
How you doing, Keith?
Good.
I listened to you actually on your interview you had on, I think it's a radio station, 590 in Toronto.
Yeah, I've become Canada's favorite son from the States. I was on Sportsnet 3 times in the last week, and Blue Jays Talk Plus Live, they've had me on consistently, throughout this whole baseball season.
And so for your listeners in New York, you got the greatest kudos from Toronto media because you were fair and square, as you call it. And they said you are great, not only as a host, but you're great entertainment. And they said after you hung up that they wish they could emulate you.
Oh, wow.
So
That's great. I hang up as soon as they say, thanks, Keith. I hit the end. I don't listen to the show. But,
anyway, just to say that, it's high praise. Yeah. So I just want to say a couple of things about tonight. You know, what you said is absolutely correct. And we talked about this back in March when I first started calling you up. And we said, you know, like there's three great players in the league right now. You have Soto and you got, obviously Judge, and you got this young kid in Toronto. But, you know, the thing is, a lot of people were not looking at this kid in Toronto in a fair light because he was 21 and he was 23 when he previously went to the divisional finals or whatever it was. He didn't do so well, 1 for 7. But you said it tonight. He doesn't like the Yankees, man. And he's 26 now, and he put on a show. You got to understand, that guy was driven, and he lit the fire. But what you said, which is absolutely correct, who are these guys? Jimenez, Clement,
Varsho, even the guys like Lucas. Like I just saw John Schneider talking about it takes everybody. Lucas, Straw, like these guys coming in pinch hitting, like they're getting it done.
Bro, they had over 10 hits amongst themselves today and yesterday. It's unbelievable. So of course you take pressure off, Springer. You take pressure off of
Vladdy,
Guerrero,
Alejandro Kirk. Yeah, it's a team game. Thank you for the call, Tony. I've got 2 minutes. I just want to get everybody in here. Young Jake out in Far Rockaway. You're live.
Can you hear me?
Yep, got you loud and clear.
Two things. One is, I've been a diehard Yankee fan since age 4, and every single year this happens. So I have two things to say. First of all, the Yankees infield's got to go. Jazz, he's been here, but no, he's just not. He's not showing up. All his errors and he can't hit. Volpe, you saw during the season, he got benched. He just can't hit. You got to get someone like Jake Cronenworth, those type of guys. That's number one. And number two, Aaron Boone. He's putting in Will Warren in when he has two guys, first and second, and you can't put that guy in.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just running out of time, Jake, and thank you for the call, and stay a diehard Yankee fan. You got a lot of seasons ahead of you. Jazz Chisholm, some of you were saying extend Jazz off of the 30-year All-Star year, and then put a pause on that. Volpe, you do not hand him the starting job at shortstop going into spring training. Something's got to give. Either you're signing somebody or I don't know. But this season and that postseason performance, not good enough on any scale. Now, when you talk about Will Warren entering the game, I said that was one of my main gripes with Boone in this series. I understand that Will Warren is the bulk guy. I understand that he's supposed to give you length or whatever, but you brought him in a situation that he had never come in before. He's a whole rookie. He got dominated in that building by that team. You bring him in with, inheriting runners out of the bullpen. He's never done it. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense why that was the lane for him. And then okay, he's supposed to do mop-up duty, but for how long? You let him stay out there where when they did rally, it was just you blew up that second game. And I felt like there should have been more urgency in that second game because the whole mission is to go in their building and split. Because if you did that, we'd have a Game 5 on Friday. And that's my time. If you're on hold, stay on hold because Big Mac will get to you. You got to wait a little bit for Big Mac to come in and open, but he'll get to you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys, even the trolls. We had 600 people watching. When the Yankees lose, people pull up to collect those Yankee tears. And I don't mind. A lot of you were pulling up for the Yankee tears when you heard that Garrett Cole was out and Luis Gil was out and Stanton was out. And the Yankees did make it to the ALCS, or ALDS, not the ALCS. So it's a failure because they didn't win the World Series again. But ultimately, we enjoyed parts of the ride. Now we're completely off the ride. Chris McMonigle's coming your way next. I'll be back on Friday. See you at the Giants game.
Sports Radio 101.9 FM. WFAN
It's Boomer and Geo. Mornings on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
The New York Rangers start their centennial season, their 100th season with a new coach, a new, hopefully, focus. A couple new players have made the roster. They signed a couple free agents that are going to be important parts of hopefully what is going to be a successful season.
Listen to Boomer and Geo on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We get it. Attention spans just aren't what they used to be. Heads in social media and eyes on Netflix. But what do people do with their ears? Well, for one, they're listening to audio. Americans spend 4.4 hours with audio every day. Oh, and you want the proof? Well, you just sat through this ad that's now approaching 30 seconds. What could you say to a potential customer in 30 seconds? Let Odyssey put together a media plan tailor-made for your unique marketing needs. Advertise with Odyssey. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Salicata here, and wow, are we thrilled with the incredible job CertaPro Painters did on our house. So clean, so efficient, they actually listened to us and even satisfied my wife, which, as you know, isn't easy. If you've been putting off painting because of the economy or tariff worries, don't. Painting your house is the easiest and most efficient way to protect and raise your home's value. Do what we did. Call CertaPro Painters today.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
With over 90 years of combined legal experience representing the law enforcement community, Decolator Cohen & DePrisco LLP continues to strive to educate police officers of their civil rights to sue in line-of-duty accident cases. The 2025 Police Officers' Right to Sue newsletter can be viewed on policeofficersrighttosue.com and provides successful results in varying line-of-duty accident cases. These results include damages recovered from RMP accidents involving the City of New York and civilian motorists, station house defects, ricochet injuries from the range, private premises slip and falls, sidewalk slip and falls, construction defects, snow and ice cases, and injuries emanating from defective RMPs. In any LOD accident, it is important for the officer to take photographs of any defects, injuries, or damage. It is also essential to draft the line-of-duty report and detail the cause of the accident in the paperwork. Remember, there's a 90-day time limitation to file a claim against a municipality. If any law enforcement member has a question regarding a potential lawsuit, contact Decolator Cohen & DePrisco LLP at policeofficersrighttosue.com or call 1-800-901-1529.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-323-8922. 800-323-8922. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-323-8922.
Wake Wake up with Boomer and Geo. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good morning at 2 o'clock. I'm Marco Belletti, and this report is brought to you by police officers RightToSue.com. Yankees, no answers for the Blue Jays bullpen. 8 arms combining to allow 2 runs on 6 hits as the Blue Jays disposed of the Yankees 5-2.
They're bringing in people to face your lineup, so you're getting guys, and they have obviously a number of talented guys that, pitched effectively.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. torched him in this series, including another RBI single. He hit .529, 3 homers. He drove in 9 runs. Nathan Lucas delivered the knockout with a 2-run single in the 7th. Cam Schlittler gave up 4 runs, 2 of them earned over 6 1/3. Aaron Judge kept a monster postseason with 2 more hits. Ended the playoffs at .500, a homer, 7 RBIs, but another year minus a ring.
Yeah, that's what you play for. You play to win, and when you don't win, it's not a good year. So just got to put in more work, review the season, see what I can keep doing, and try to help this team put them in the best position to win every single night.
Blue Jays win the series in 4, their first ALCS trip since 2016, while the Bombers left to wonder what if with a long winter ahead. But for Aaron Boone, he doesn't expect a pink slip.
No, I'm under contract, so no, I don't expect anything.
Elsewhere, the Phillies dumped the Dodgers 8-2, 2 homers for Kyle Schwarber. They force a game 4. Cubs up at the Brewers 4-3, but Milwaukee's still up 2 games to 1, and the Tigers erased the Mariners 9-3. They force a game 5. 55 degrees, clear skies, Central Park. That's what's happening. I'm Marco Belletti.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The New York Yankees offense is better than the Toronto Blue Jays offense. The New York starting rotation, the Yankees starting rotation, is better than the Blue Jays rotation. The Yankees bullpen, who just had an inning for the ages, is better than the Blue Jays bullpen. Oh, I want the Blue Jays. I want them bad. I want Vladimir Guerrero. I want Buck Martinez. I want them all. I want George Springer. I want them all. Because there has not been a more overdone, overblown fraud franchise as the Toronto Blue Jays. Let him take shots at the New York Yankees. Go ahead, because I promise you this. Promise you. See them in the playoffs. See what happens. See what happens. See what happens. Frauds. Frauds. They've been frauds. They continue to be frauds. Yes, sir. 2:03. McMonigle here with you on the Fan. On the final day of the Yankee season. On this Thursday morning, big Giants-Eagles game. Let's go. Jackson Dart, I expect him to have a big game. Who wants to talk it? 888-808-1019. I got your calls here on the Fan till 5. Fliegelman put a nice little piece together. I mean, I said it a lot. That was pretty much from one rant, though. Look, I said it in the video. I tweeted it out. The Yankees were the frauds. Congratulations to the Blue Jays. I still stand by those comments. The Jays were frauds. Some things can just be true and then untrue. For the last handful of years, they haven't been able to win a damn playoff game until they face the Yankees. And pretty much this exact same team, we'll get into this later about how the team is built. This exact same Jays team with the same players finished in last place last year. Same team. They added Santander. That's it. Same team finished in last place last year, kicking the crap out of the New York Yankees, and that's what happened in this series. The New York Yankees got their ass kicked. That's what happened. That's what happened in this series, and yes, I own up to it. I said all those things. I wanted them. I thought the Yankees were better, and I thought the Yankees were better for a couple reasons, and that's kind of what jumps out at me, too. Like, all the things you thought were an advantage. The starting pitching was clearly heading in an advantage for the New York Yankees. It was. You could say now, haha, that's a ridiculous thought. It wasn't. It is. It's true. It was true then. It turned out not to be the case, as Max Fried was terrible. Carlos Rodon, again, 19-game winner, 18-game winner. Both of them were awful. We knew game one had a chance with Luis Gil to be a bad matchup. But outside of that, the Yankees pitching and starting pitching in specific was supposed to be better. And both of those guys were awful. Awful. The advantage of facing a rookie, right? I know we saw what Cam Schlittler did against the Red Sox, but for the most part, rookies who haven't had more than a handful of major league starts pitching in postseason games are typically what you expect to be an advantage. And Savage kicked the crap out of the Yankees and dominated them. And then tonight's the one that's embarrassing. I don't easily get embarrassed. I really don't. I didn't get embarrassed by a million runs in the first two games. Sometimes you get the back end of that bullpen. It's whatever. A loss is a loss. What's embarrassing to me about last night was this team, off of riding the emotions of Game 3, riding the emotions of coming back down 6-1, riding the emotions of your captain having his signature moment off the foul pole and getting you back into the game and taking the lead and winning and dealing out a devastating blow to the Toronto Blue Jays in a game that you forced them to throw all these guys out of the bullpen with the next day having a bullpen game. And there's the next advantage. Oh, just get me to Game 4. Just get the Yankees to Game 4. They'll face a bullpen. It's a bullpen game. It's a bullpen game. Just get them to Game 4. You will see them in Game 5. That bullpen game against the same bullpen that this offense, this fraudulent offense, kicked the crap out of, and I don't put too much stock into it, and I didn't in the moment, but to be fair, facts are facts. They scored